see great things from the Point Park Pioneer golf team.
What do you do when, in this week, kind of an instance, you have a couple of weeks off? I know you have the practice, but what else do you kind of do just to stay fresh, just so you can just mentally prepare for that gap time that you need to fill?
Right. Time off is, in my opinion, I think it's a good thing. With my dad being a PGA golf professional, I get a lesson every chance I can get. I make him come down to Pittsburgh and help me and my other teammates out. You really just try to have fun with it, I would say, and not focus so much on what's coming up, but just focus on keeping your swing in a good rhythm and really focusing on short game is what I've been doing.
How does the fall part of the golf schedule differ from the spring part of the schedule for you guys?
Well, the fall is not as crucial as the spring is to our because in the spring we have our national qualifier, which we're traveling to the state of Indiana for, which will be very exciting. We're going to try to qualify for the national tournament. It's our conference tournament there. And it's more serious in the spring. That's whenever, it really counts. It's a little bit more pressure in the spring. I mean, I guess I'm a little less nervous, though, because I already got my kinks out in the fall.
I have to ask you about the hole-in-one. Just how did that feel? I saw the picture. Just how excited were you just to get that hole-in-one? I know it's something that every golfer has to do.
Oh, man. Well, at 7:30 in the morning at golf practice, we were on our par 3 uphill. I had my 5-iron in my hands. I hit a great shot. I was with Lauren and Rylan, and they were like, that had to go in the hole. And I said, no, it's probably behind the pin. Well, when we walked up to the green, there was dew on the green, and we could see my ball track leading right into the hole. And I was jumping up and down. I was screaming. It was my first hole-in-one ever. It was a great golf practice. It was actually the day before our tournament at Grove City. So I was like, oh, that couldn't happen at Grove City, but it was at Quicksilver on number 11.
Well, I want to ask about the difference between playing as a team and playing just individually. Since golf is such an individual sport, how do you play, as a team, be able to, play it all together?
Right. That's a question that a lot of people ask me, actually. Golf is an individual sport. You are, only concerned about yourself when you're, on the course, because there's no physical contact or anything. It's just you and your golf club and your ball. But there's nothing better than supporting your teammates, and the support that you can get from your other teammates can be the difference of, what you shoot on the golf course. We always support each other. We're always offering helpful tips. If someone has a bad round, as a teammate, we would never bring them down. Only support, You always want to improve your game because your score will affect the whole team. So it really does come down to a team sport, because that one stroke, that one putt that you miss could be the difference of winning and losing a tournament for your entire team. So that's how it becomes a team sport rather than just an individual sport.
From a different perspective, I don't know if you were paying attention to the Kraft Nabisco this weekend. IK Kim on Sunday had a chance to win the tournament, missed a 1-foot putt on the final hole, and then lost in a playoff. How crucial, you said earlier, kind of the drive for show, putt for dough kind of a thing.
Right.
How crucial just are those, even the 1-footers, the 5-footers? I've seen countless pros miss 5-foot putts to win championships. Just how important is that, just making those putts, even the close ones?
Right. I mean, exactly what you just said. That could be the difference of winning and losing. My driver is usually the strongest point of my game, but I haven't been driving it as well, but I have been able to make up with it with my short game. And that saves you so many strokes. 3 putts will kill you, So it's all about your short game. It really comes down to that.
What was that?
This has been a really, really weird edition of A to Z Sports. A lot of craziness going on here today. But
Radio boss goes down. I accidentally put a word on the radio station that should not have been said.
Basically, the whole studio just felt like it was going to implode on us.
It smelled like laughing gas in here. I was ready to cry.
Oh, gosh.
It was pretty bad. But anyway,
No, it just gets worse.
Well, okay. Anyhow, moving on to... And now we get a phone call.
We'll surpass that phone call for the, and try to give it a call back later. Hold on 1 second. Keep going.
Alright, well. Alright. So thanks for sticking with us here.
WPPJ
Oh, yeah,
Radio.
no problem.
But,
This is Zach.
what kind of conditions, does the golf team prefer? Obviously, like you said, in the spring,
I'm doing well, Coach. How are you?
Some rain, some, moisture on the ground.
Right.
That must make it more difficult.
Right.
But what do you prefer, and what does the team
All right,
like to
can
deal
I
with?
ask you, is there any chance
well,
you can
we
call
would
back
like
at
to deal with,
5:45?
70-degree weather
All right,
with
thank you so
pure
much.
sun and no wind,
All right.
no rain. But of course, playing in the spring and in the fall, we have conditions that can be freezing cold. We played one tournament in the fall that was maybe 30 degrees. I had on a stocking cap and hand warmers, and it was not pleasant. And we played in another tournament where it was just pouring down rain. And we're already playing from so far back. We play from the white tees, which are, if you're a golfer, those are the men's tees, whereas in high school we played from the women's tees, so that's already way further back. When you're cold or when the conditions are wet or just not ideal, that takes yardage off of your shots. So you have to play clubs that you can hit further, and sometimes, like, if your hands go numb, I mean, you can't even grip a club. So that's one of my problems. I always have hand warmers.
I have to ask, because we're talking golf, every time I think of golf, I think of the absolute worst swing in the history of golf, and that is Charles Barkley. Have you ever seen his swing?
I have. We used to go to the
Maryland
Lemieux tournament at Nevillewood.
What advice would you give him? I have to ask.
To maybe his practice swings always looked good to me, so I would say just do what you do in your practice swing. Come on now.
Well, since Andrew's off the phone, we're going to do a little bit of a game here because I need help with my golf game.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take a swing, and you're going to tell me how I'm messing up my backswing.
Oh, man. My dad's a golf pro, so I'm going to have a lot of tips.
This is going to be really bad.
All right, let's see this.
Let's critique this.
Here we go.
As a warning, I'm left-handed, so that's mistake number 1.
Oh,
so
here we go.
I set up, and then the backswing is terrible. Follow-through is good. But I take it back and I follow through. The follow-through is good.
Oh, well, yeah, you look like you're staying down pretty good.
Go ahead, let's
Okay, so I mean, I'm swinging, but I can't take it. The problem is when I take it back, I don't know if it's I don't take it back far enough, the bending of the hands, I don't have the strength to take it back, but the through's okay.
One of my favorite swings that my dad always has me watch is Steve Stricker, and obviously everyone knows Tiger Woods. He has a great swing. He just won a tournament recently. He's back on. I would say you need to take it back, get a good shoulder turn, get a good wrist cock, get some unwinding swing speed with your shoulders, and just rip it, unleash it, and follow through. Keep your, well, in your case, keep your left shoulder down. Keep your head down. Don't look up or you're going to top it.
I've figured that part out. One of these days I'm going to have to go out there for practice, it sounds like.
Oh, you'll have to join the golf team at 6:30 in the morning out on the driving range.
I actually am game for that.
Oh my.
I'm willing
you
to
can
wake
take
up
my
early.
spot. I'll sleep in one day.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But also, who's your pick to win the Masters?
Oh man, I'm a big Adam Scott fan. I don't know if it's the way he golfs or if it's the way he looks, but I'm always pulling for him. I know my dad likes some of the older players, but I'm all for Adam Scott.
So he wants Freddie Couples to win.
Right, someone older.
So growing up, did you have any specific golfers that you looked at, as kind of role models or anything like that?
Well, recently, I've been watching Alexis Thompson. She's
Lexi.
Yeah, she's one of the youngest girls on tour right now. She's been winning a bunch of tournaments. I watched her in the Ladies U.S. Open when it was at Oakmont a few years ago. Her swing is great, and she's really inspirational because she's so young and she's already accomplished such huge things in the world of golf. And I really look up to her, and I also really like watching her swing. So all through high school, well, from about junior year to now, I've always looked at her. I started my high school golf team sophomore year. So my golf career really took off sophomore year. So before that, it was just, watching a little bit, playing a little bit. So.
What's with this? It seems like golf to Pittsburgh has kind of become a movement. I mean, I believe it was in 2007 the men's U.S. Open was at Oakmont. The ladies' U.S. Open was here in 2010. Now they've got two events. They have the annual Milan Classic coming, and then they have I think they have a senior tour event coming to Fox Chapel. Why do you think that Pittsburgh and the surrounding area is starting to become more of a boom for golf?
That's a really good question. I feel that Pittsburgh in general, the city and everything, has become more populated, and Pittsburgh's like the place to be right now. So there's really great golf courses around here, especially Oakmont. I mean, that was really cool to actually be at the U.S. Open a few years ago, and see that golf course is really, really nice. And I think it's great for the Pittsburgh area to bring in all these sports fans and tourists into the area.
How much do you watch golf on TV?
I watch it as much as I can. I enjoy watching golf.
Thank you.
I would like to watch golf as much as I would like to watch a football game. So, what better models to look at than the PGA pros, That's a great, almost like a mental way of practicing for me, because I can analyze their swings and see how they take an approach to different lies on the course and everything, even though they're usually always in the fairway.
I personally, going back to my game, have never swung from a bunker. How much does swinging from a bunker just affect
Oh, yeah.
just affect the round of the game?
Bunker shots, they're definitely annoying. If you're hitting out of the grass, you take, a chip shot out of the grass, you're taking this little swing. If you drop that ball in the sand at the same distance away from the pin, you have to swing 2 or 3 times harder than you would out of the grass. And some people just don't get that, and it's hard for them to get it out of the bunker. They quit on it. You see the ball just kind of like stay in the bunker. No, you want to swing as hard as you can and make the sand explode. Well, that's what my dad taught me. So.
What about the short game? What part of your game do you think is the best? Do you think, off the tee or putting?
Right.
Or what do you think?
Off the tee has always been my strongest point of my game. Like he said, drive for show, putt for dough, but my short game's been improving. It's definitely hard because at each golf course you have a different speed of the greens. They cut the greens differently. One day it can be wet, so it'll make it slower. One day it'll be so dry, the greens will be so fast. I think the biggest challenge for me with short game is getting the feel and the speed of the greens and reading the break of the greens. Sometimes they just throw me off. Like, you think it's going to break one way and it goes the other way. Chipping can be difficult at some points too. I'm pretty good at chipping right now, but you always see, in college tournaments, girls like blade it over the green and stuff, so that's difficult too.
I forgot to turn the mic on. Anything you want to add, just in general?
In general, I think that the Lady Pioneers are going to do great things this season and coming up in the future, and I'm really excited for our last few tournaments here. I think we have 3 more coming up, and I just want to make Point Park proud, and we're very excited.